It's too low. Shawty got low, low, low. Yeah, I'm including this in my vlog. Hey guys, happy new year. So I don't really have much to update you on this week so far, but it is Tuesday, so I kind of had to start the vlog, otherwise there wouldn't be much in it. But I'm still reading Kinslayer by Kristoff. You guys know this is a steampunk fantasy by the king that is Kristoff, who I absolutely love. I'm on page 279. I still have 320 pages to go. However, I have officially set my Goodreads goal to 90 books this year, and it says I have to read 1.5 books a week. So I'm gonna get on this and hopefully make some pretty quick progress, although that probably won't happen. However, I do have Ryan here. Well, I have Ryan there.
Hey guys.
There. He's a big insufferable bore and wants to have silent reading time, which kind of isn't boring, but I was winning at Game of Thrones and I want to play again. Today is the first day of the A Song of Ice and Fire read along that I am hosting. I have not started yet. I think I'm going to go for the like 9 chapters a week option to get through it in time. However, I may not actually do that. I haven't actually decided what schedule I'm reading that on yet. But that has started, as has Ryan's Harry Potter read along, which I think Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is going to be my next read after Kinslayer. But I'm going to go do some silent reading with my bestie and hopefully make a bit of a dent in this. However, when we do silent reading time, Ryan normally goes on his phone and I talk to him and he ignores me. And no reading is done. So we'll see how it works out and I'll check in with you later. Hey guys, so I've been to the library today, even though I really shouldn't have done, but I have found, and this is like Becca's #1 top tip. If you feel that you want to buy books, because we all want to scratch that itch sometimes, but if you feel that you want to buy books but you don't have the space or money to buy books, go to your library, because you can get as many books as you want and you don't have to pay for them. If you don't read them, you can just take them back, so you don't really have to shelve them. And for me, it really satisfies the need to like look at and like browse and get new books without like the monetary and spatial obligations of actually owning books. So I picked up 2 books and I thought I'd just show them to you guys because it's gonna be a while until my next haul. But I got Beartown by Fredrik Backman, and I know a lot of people have read this and really enjoyed it. I have yet to read a book by Fredrik Backman. I believe he's like Swedish or Finnish or something like that, and these are translated works. But Beartown follows a hockey town, and in this town a girl is raped by one of the members of the hockey team, and I think it is about how people treat her and how people respond to finding out that this has happened, because I feel like they all think it's really awkward because they don't want their hockey team to fail because they're so about hockey, but also what this guy has done is wrong. I think this is really interesting because, especially in the UK, like I know in the US you're not as big on football, as in like soccer football, but in the UK things like this do happen. There are scandals involving footballers that people kind of brush under the rug because they are footballers, and so I kind of can relate to that, even though I'm not really too interested in sport. I've heard it's really interesting and really emotional, and I'm excited I get to finally give it a try. The second one is one that Murphy from Murphy Napier has been raving about, and this is on Scribd, so I could have read it anyway, but I find the books on Scribd, unless I have like a physical reminder to read a book, then I just won't. So I have An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard, and this is a standalone fantasy novel. It's set in, is it set in New York? Yeah, it's set in New York City, and every so many years or every year all of the magical families come together and like duel. And one day this girl turns up, she's not part of any family, they don't know why she's there or where she's come from, but she participates in the competition and she is in it to win it. So these are the 2 books that I got from the library. I have no idea when I'm going to get to them. I may not get to them, but like I said, going to my library helps me scratch that itch for wanting new books. I am definitely interested in both of these. I guess we'll see how January goes with my TBR, because there are quite a few books that I absolutely have to get through, especially my Bookopoly ones. I'm on about page 340 of Kinslayer by Kristoff. I'm really enjoying that still. My favourite of the new characters is Hannah, who is sort of a lowborn girl who lives in the city. It's a city called Kygan, I really can't remember. But she lives, ooh, falling over. But she lives in the city and she works in the Shogun's palace as the person who cleans the chamber pots. Like, she's solo born, but like for her birth, right, like nobility status, cleaning up people's excrement in the palace is like a dream job, because you're not like hustling and bustling on the streets selling, you know, things, and just generally really enjoying that book. I absolutely love it. It's amazing how easily you can get sucked into Kristoffs' world. What I will say is that why are you guys who love Nevernight sleeping on this series? Because it's really, really good. The writing style is very similar to Nevernight, and it's nothing like Nevernight, but if you like Nevernight, you will like these books. And I think the advantage it has over Nevernight is that you don't have to read 100 pages to get into it. It's more like 50 pages before you're consumed in the story and you want to read on. And I absolutely love this series so far. So that's it for this update. I'm gonna go edit a video and die and pop these on my shelves. Like I said, hopefully I will get to them soon, and hopefully I will also get back to you guys later with another little update. Hey guys, so it's been a couple of days since I have updated you. I haven't really been doing anything, essentially. That's why. Ryan went home on Thursday. It's now Saturday. I've still been reading the same book, still been reading Kingslayer, so I didn't like feel like I had anything to say about reading. And I haven't been out because I'm going back to work on Monday, so I'm just relaxing and stuff and not really going out. Like, we did go to Beverly on Wednesday. Forgot to take my camera, so that's why there's no footage of there, but we just did a little bit of shopping. I don't think I actually got anything. I went to the library and I showed you what I got from the library. That has been the highlight of my week. I reopened the candle website, so I've been taking orders for that and like making a few candles, but nothing exciting has really been going on, so I haven't updated. But I have just finished Kingslayer by Kristoff. I absolutely loved this. Like, when I read the first book, I was like, I think I love this better than Nevernight, which is saying a lot. And then I read this one, and this is like a million times better than Shadow Dancer. Not that, like, not better as in Shadow Dancer was bad and this is like so good. Just, it takes everything and amplifies it by about a million. So the plot of this one is, I'm not gonna ruin like the series for you, but it's nothing like I thought it was going to be after finishing the first book. Our main character, Yukiko, is actually not in a lot of this. She has gone elsewhere. I'm gonna be really vague about it as normal. She's gone elsewhere, so she's not in the city anymore, the city of Kaigan, and so there are other characters there who are telling you what's happening in the city while she is off somewhere else with some other people. She then moves on from where she was, and then for a huge section of the book she's just not there. So like, that is definitely something I didn't expect. I definitely expected it to predominantly continue following Yukiko. There is a new character in this that I absolutely adore, and that is Hannah. And Hannah is like a servant in the palace, but she's like really low born. So she's not like of a clan or anything. She's not like a handmaid. She empties chamber pots. That's what she does. And I really love her. And I think I already told you about her, but I still continue to love her. She's still my favorite character in this book, aside from Yukiko and Buru. I said this in my other update, but seriously guys, if you love Nevernight, why haven't you read this? I know there's tons and tons of people who adored Nevernight and have not read this series, and it's just so good. It's got the same like brutality and things as Nevernight. I will say that there's a lot of gore in this, as with Nevernight, but also trigger warnings in this for rape and domestic abuse, and like I said, lots and lots of gore. It's very graphic. When I read Storm Dancer, I remember I was debating whether it's young adult or adult. Well, reading this book, I have my answer. It is 100% an adult series. Like, I didn't expect this to be anywhere as near as good as Nevernight because it is his first published series, but I am just blown away. And like, you combine just generally how good this is with my current love. Like, I'm obsessed with Asian inspired stories at the minute, or Asian translated stories, East Asian specifically, and even more specifically Japan. But I'm just so blown away. I absolutely loved it. I face a dilemma now because I really wanted these books. I don't know, like, if you guys have seen the UK hardbacks of Nevernight, you'll know that they have black and white spines like this does, and they have like the Nevernight symbol on here, and the Lotus War one has the little Lotus War symbol. And as this, like, I can't say for certain because I haven't read the last book, but as these are swiftly becoming one of my favorite series of all time, I wanted these hardbacks because they are stunning, and with them being black and white and with the spines, they do look really good. Next to Nevernight and Godsgrave, I put it on the shelf to have a little look. But I asked my boyfriend to buy them me for Valentine's Day. I was like, I know what you can get me, because we have this thing, if ever I want out of print hardbacks, he's the one who like hunts them down and buys them for me, and it said you can get me this series in this UK hardback. And even though they're out of print, they are available on eBay. They're like by far the easiest to obtain out of print hardbacks I have asked for. However, I looked at the editions on Goodreads and I don't think the last book, Singer, was published in hardback. So now I don't know what to do, because I really want the hardbacks because they look so good next to Nevernight and God's Grave, but at the same time I don't want to have the last book just in paperback, and there's no point me getting the US hardbacks because they don't match at all. They're like dark covers with like illustrations and like a close-up of Yukiko on them. So if any of you guys do know for certain whether this was published in hardback in this cover set, then please let me know because I need it. I really want these in hardback. If you guys don't know, I have very limited space for hardback on my shelves, so sometimes I'll buy the odd special edition or like first print in hardback, but I generally don't unless I know that I love the book. And then when I find a book that is like my new favorite series, then I buy it in hardback, and it goes with like my pretty hardback collection, and it's kind of like they're an exclusive bunch because I don't have a lot of space. And the reason for that is that my bookshelves are actually old DVD shelves, so they just about fit like a short hardback or a large paperback. Anything taller than that like actually just does not fit on. And I've had a few of my shelves in one of the cases adapted, like my dad took them apart and moved the shelves around to make me a couple of shelves that I could fit hardbacks on. But generally speaking, I can't fit hardbacks, so I'm very picky about the ones that I buy. And because that's become a habit, when I have a new favorite series, I want it in hardback because that's the thing, you know, I love a series, buy it in hardback. Anyway, enough ranting about that. Essentially, if you know if Singer was published in this hardback cover, then let me know where I can get one, if it actually is in print, because I searched for it on eBay where they have the other two available, couldn't find it, went on Goodreads and can't find a hardback edition in this cover. Needless to say, this was 5 stars. Don't know if I mentioned it. Another thing is they don't have the third book in my library, so I'm gonna have to buy the third book just so I can read it. So I kind of want to know what editions they come in. So it's like, is it like the 5th of January today? And I expected, or at least wanted, that to be done a little bit quicker, because now that I've started doing the Bookopoly for my TBR, I'm kind of obligated to read those 5 books that I've set out, which isn't too bad because I'll link my TBR video up here, but I tried to pick a mix of books. So we have a couple of bigger books and then some that are a little bit faster to read, especially for this first month, so I can gauge whether like I'm doing this the right way by picking 5 books. But then I forgot obviously that if I'm reading a book at the end of the month and I'm carrying it over to the beginning of the next month, then that's going to set me back a little bit. So I wanted to get started on the Bookopoly thing a little bit quicker, just to see how quickly I could progress and like keep on top of that. So I've decided, I didn't announce this in the TBR video, but I have decided that each month I'm going to read my Bookopoly books in order that I rolled them. Again, if you haven't watched the video, I'll link it up here. I've linked it up here and everything will become clear if you have no idea what I'm talking about. But my first roll was to read a book in a fantasy world, and I selected Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. I did pick my like Slytherin edition, but I think I'm going to read the illustrated editions, because what I was originally going to do was read them all in normal, and then when the illustrated editions were all published, reread them again all in illustrated. But it's taken me about 15 years to reread the Harry Potter series so far. So I can't guarantee that I'm ever going to reread them again in the illustrated edition. This is just so heavy. I thought I would read the first 3 in the illustrated edition and then carry on to the normal sized, printed, formatted books. You know what I'm trying to say. So I'm hoping to start this tonight. I do have my best books of 2018 video to edit, which is about 30 minutes unedited, which I'm not looking forward to after editing and filming nearly every day. But I am hoping to start this tonight, and oh my days, they're the illustrations on the first page. The Dursleys are an attractive bunch. So I'm hoping to start this hefty thing tonight. My only sort of like qualm about starting the illustrated ones is that I can't take them to work and I can't read any of them at work because I'm not carrying this around. It's too heavy and big and I don't want to ruin it, so I can't do that. But that is all for this update. I've got to go edit that video. Might play some Spyro because I'm close to the end of Spyro 2. And then I think I'm going to do that thing again where I put myself in a Spyro ban until I've finished whatever book I'll be reading, which may be the Poppy War. So I'm going to go do some productive things because my time off work is coming to an end. And so I have limited time to do kind of fun yet productive stuff. And I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. Hey guys, so it's time. My boyfriend's playing what's it called? Pokemon Let's Go. Pokemon Let's Go, and the ball makes like noises like an arcade machine, so if you can hear that, that's what it is. But I'm just wrapping up this vlog. I didn't put my ring light or anything up because it's like 1 in the morning and I have work tomorrow. I'm back at work tomorrow. Isn't that great? But I wanted to finish Harry Potter, but because I'm going back to work tomorrow, I also wanted to just do whatever the fuck I wanted, honestly, before I have to go back to work. So I have been reading Harry Potter still, and I'm up to page 160. I think I've got about 90 pages left of the illustrated edition. I think it's gonna be about a 4-star read. I don't think it's going to be 5 stars, but I kind of expected that because based on the movies and what I know of like the Harry Potter world, I don't really like 1 to 3. 4 was my favourite, but I've kind of just stuck with that since I was a kid. I have no idea what's going to be my favourite now, but I like 4 because of the tournament elements, the Triwizard Cup, and then I like the books after that because they're a lot darker. So 1 to 3 I didn't expect to be madly in love with, because while I do like Harry Potter, like I've said, I haven't reread it in 15 years. So this is like, I enjoy it, but I'm not one of those people who's like crazy obsessed with it. Unless it's coming down to like a house war and like I'm Slytherin till I die and fight me bitches. Yeah, it's about 4 stars so far. It was like a proper drag until that's a really British thing to say. You can tell I'm tired. It was a drag until they got to Diagon Alley, and then it started to pick up and I started to really enjoy it. I am doing a book diary for this. I don't know if I mentioned it, but I'm doing like a series of rereading Harry Potter as an adult and seeing what I think. So look out for that. It might be up the week after this vlog because I have to get Kingdom of Ash up as well. So that's about it. It's one of those weeks where I have no idea what vlog footage I've got, so I'm in for a treat when I'm editing and you're in for a treat when you watch this. Before I go, I hit 3k this week, so thank you very much for that. Yeah, wow, 3k guys. So I imagine that there's quite a lot of new people here, so please let me know what you think of my vlogs. Do you like them? Do you not? You probably won't tell me if you don't, and I understand. But if you did like it, please don't forget to like it and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I'll catch you next week. Bye!
Oh, you bite your friend like chocolate. You say you'll go where nobody knows, with guns hidden under our petticoats. We're never gonna quit it, no, we're never gonna quit it, no.